Hello all, thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be putting in a window regulator motor assembly in a 2013 Nissan Altima SV. This is going to the front driver's side door, and this is a how-to video on how to access it and what you got to do to get it in there. Alright, here we go. So what I've done is pulled the little control panel up. This aids on the driver's door. My favorite tool is this, which is a gasket scraper, but it's really nice because it can get under wide places. And I actually got right here or at the front and kind of went boop and popped it up, and it came out. Then I could disconnect the little plug-ins. My other favorite tool is this little thing here that gets behind the little parts that hold the connector in. And then down in the hole, there's a light that I'm trying to with one hand, but right there, it's hard to see. So I can hold the light with my hand in video, but there's a 10mm fastener bolt thing right there. I took my same little pick that I had here and just gently got behind it and popped this little cover off. Got the 10mm bolt that's out there. Now there will be a plug-in on this. We'll have to be mindful of that when we pull the panel off, but from pretty much. Now this is what kind of holds the handle, so when you're pulling the door closed and all that, that keeps it on. Got to get underneath it here and just sort of pop the connectors. No, not connectors, but this like fasteners. There's like little clips that snap this on, and I've had the heat on in the shop here, so if you're doing this on a cold winter day, it really helps to have this panel not ice cold. It won't be so brittle. Just a little FYI. But let me set the camera up and see if I can pull this loose and it go successfully while everybody's watching. So sunlight's a glaring, and you know there is a paint here, so I don't want to scratch this all up. I mean, if it's an old dookie car, you're good, but whatever. But so I'm gonna be real careful. But I think if I get my knee in the, see here, there we go. I know it's kind of not exactly what you want to call graceful, but not what it takes here. I think I don't think I have another fastener, but I may have to look. So there's a plastic little cover I took off right here, and I used my little, I love this wide thing because I can get behind stuff, and it's not, you know, a small flathead screwdriver will work, but you're moving a minimal area. Sometimes that tends to break things. So we've got one more 10mm fastener up here at the top. The panel should come off. So I've got that fastener off. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good deal. All right, now hard to do camera. We got that off. Okay, there's a little something here that's attached, which are your cables for the lock, and also for the opening and closing of the door handle. And a lot of the times with two hands it's a lot easier. I mean, I'm holding the camera with one, and so I'm gonna have to release the camera for a little bit. I'm going to take this and pull it out, and just, you see how I unlooped that one. The top one's the same way. Then we can set the door panel off to the side, and then we'll pull this little plastic covering off, and that gets us access to the regulator. There's two that I needed to show you. One's down here at this little light here, and it looks like it's got like a 194 bulb in it, I think. And we're going to replace that because we've got it out, even though it was working. A lot of times I like to put new stuff back so we don't, you know, so it'll last. I found it really easy just to pop the lens out of the door panel, then the connector would come off. And then I had another connector that were related to the power door locks and mirror thing, so I disconnected that. We also have one up here for the mirror, the heated mirror. We'll remove that, but we want to get this piece off, and it kind of loops around that, so I'll probably pull this off of the little thing here just so we can get this plastic thing off. It's been into before, you can tell. because it's not very, it hasn't been attached back very well. It's sort of just barely stuck to it. And when I was testing this, you could hear the cables making a lot of noise. And the window motor bind it all up. And the way they do this is what that is. But we're getting there. And then you're getting to the meat and potatoes of it. I'll pull this little thing off right here. Throw that over there. And I'll wedge me something in right here so that this window can stay up. And I need to gain access to the little fasteners that hold it on. And so I may have to remove the regulator or figure a way to let this down enough to get to where I can gain access to that. A lot of times, you know, you've got a hole right here and you've got a hole right here or somewhere where I'll gain access to those. So there's a little bit of life left in it, I guess, but let's see here. This is need to get this, there we go. I have to keep fooling with it. There's one of the fastener bolt things here, and I think there's got to be another one somewhere else. Let me see where I get my hand back, and there's one back over here. I've got my hand on the inside of the hole, and if I let it all the way, if I can get it to go all the way down, I'll see both of those fasteners. Let's see. No. So what's happening is the cables are just so wound up that's not gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fastener out and I'm gonna reach through the hole and get the other fastener off, and I might could snatch the cable loose. No, that's okay. We'll work with that. But I'm just gonna take the window and just tip it up out of there and just set it inside the vehicle. That way I don't have to worry about it sliding down. Nobody wants to do that. Then we'll get the regulator assembly out, and then you'll just reverse procedure and put it back in. All right, well, try to attempt to get the window to tip up out of here. Maybe that works. See what happens there. Be really careful with it. Should. The real world, this would be easy peasy. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Good deal. We got it out. All right. Put that inside the vehicle there so it's safe. Yeah, good deal. Stop the camera. You're going to have to excuse the noise torture of the beat, but it just is what it is. Now we can remove some of the bolts to get the regulator. This hole is wallered, as the term for it. You can look at that. See that? Something's happened there. I guess it looks like some of the stuff broke loose that holds it to the actual regulator assembly itself. But we're going to get this connector off. I think that's part of it. Got some stuff there we go. I know that my back was in the way, but I got to get these top bolts and these ones here out. And then got one more right here. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. Okay. Start peeling out some of the stuff. And you can actually give me this. Give me that. There we go. That's not a thing. That's not supposed to be like that. Anyhow, so that's it. Now you'll get your new assembly. I'll put a washer on this hole here where it's kind of all opened up, and go from there, and we'll get the new one in and get it back together. So you know, thank you much for watching. Appreciate it. My camera's a little blurry, but you get the gist of it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment sections and I'll do my best.